Okay, so you're a professional and you're using AI. You already know it's a total game changer. But here's the thing: one single, seemingly innocent prompt could put your client's confidential data and maybe even your whole career on the line. So let's talk about how to use these amazing tools the right way, safely, and very, very smartly.
I'm going to start with a question that might make you a little uncomfortable. Is the way you're using AI right now a genuine risk to your career? It's a heavy thought, I get it. But you need to stick with me here, because by the time we're done, you're going to have a super simple framework to make sure the answer to that question is always a firm no.
So, where does this risk actually come from? Well, it all boils down to something I call the AI liability gap. Just picture this: it's this dangerous empty space between what your company's big enterprise license covers and what you, as an individual professional, are still personally responsible for. And this chart, wow, it lays it all out perfectly. See, on one side, your company's license handles all the tech stuff: the security, the encryption, where the data lives. That's great. But look at the other side. That's your stuff. It does not and it cannot cover your personal professional obligations. We're talking about your judgment, your duty of care, and the big one, client confidentiality. That part? Yeah, that's all on you. Now, this is exactly where so many smart, well-meaning professionals get into serious trouble. You think you're doing the right thing, anonymizing client info before you pop a question into an AI, but are you really? Let's look at a few prompts, and I want you to be the judge. Do these cross the line? Okay, first one up. We're asking it to analyze a motor claim. No name, right? But we've got an age, a city, a profession, the specific car, the exact damage value, and the road it happened on. Is that truly anonymous? What do you think? All right, next, a commercial property claim. Again, no company name mentioned, but we see the city, the industrial estate, the precise building value, and even the fact that arson is being investigated. Have we done enough here to protect our client? And for our last one, a life insurance application. Again, no name, but there's a specific age, a very sensitive medical condition, the exact coverage amount, and family history details. So, what's the verdict? Are these prompts safe or are they breaches? Here's the tough reality: every single one of those prompts is a major breach of confidentiality. And here's why. Even when you take out a name, combining all those other anonymous details creates what's essentially a unique digital fingerprint. It becomes shockingly easy for someone to figure out exactly who you're talking about. This is that liability gap in action. And believe it or not, it gets even more complicated. Because those prompts you're writing, they aren't nearly as private as you might hope. For safety and just general quality control, actual humans can and do review them. On top of that, your data is often stored for 30, 60, even 90 days. It might be getting processed in other countries, which means it could be subject to completely different laws and even legal requests. That digital trail you leave is way more permanent than you think. Okay, I know that was the scary part, but now let's talk about the solution. And don't worry, you do not need to be a tech genius to get this right. All you need is a simple, easy-to-remember framework. Let's walk through what I call the SAFE protocol. SAFE gives you a clear, four-step process to make sure you stay in control. First, S is for secure. Think of this as your firewall. You protect and fully anonymize client data before a single piece of it ever gets near an AI. Next, A is for adapt. You make the AI fit your professional workflow, not the other way around. Third, F is for fine-tune. You have to rigorously check the AI's output, shaping it to meet your high professional and regulatory standards. And finally, E is for execute. You use the work the AI helped you with, but you do it with a full understanding of its limits and your own ultimate responsibility. So, how do we actually use this SAFE protocol in our day-to-day work? Well, it's actually pretty simple. We just start by sorting our tasks into 3 clear security levels. This one move takes all the guesswork out of the equation. Level 1 is what we use for general professional development. Look at the unsafe prompt on the left. It's using specific internal company data. That's a huge risk. But the safe version on the right, it transforms the request completely. It asks about general methodologies. This is the key shift you need to make. You're asking the AI for the how, not for your company's private what. Okay, level 2 is for practice scenarios. The unsafe prompt, as you can see, is just packed with identifying details.
The safe version, though, abstracts the problem. It's beautiful. You're no longer asking about one specific fire. You're asking about the investigative frameworks for any kind of fire damage claim. See the difference? And finally, we have level 3. This is ultra safe, and you use it for your most complex and sensitive work. The unsafe prompt is about a specific person. The ultra safe version completely removes the person and asks for the principles behind the decision. You're asking for the underwriting framework, not an assessment of a specific applicant. And honestly, this is the golden rule. Let the AI give you the framework, and then you apply the specifics safely offline. So when you start using these frameworks, something really important starts to happen. The entire conversation shifts. It's no longer about being afraid of the risks that come with AI. Instead, it becomes about taking ownership and stepping up to a whole new level of professional responsibility. And that right there is the key idea I really want to leave you with. The future isn't about running away from these incredible tools. It's about mastering them. It's about using them with true expertise and weaving them into your work in a way that is both incredibly powerful and deeply responsible. So let's circle all the way back to that very first question I asked. Now that you have the SAFE framework and these 3 security levels in your back pocket, you have the power to decide, is your AI use an asset that's going to elevate your career, or is it a liability just waiting to cause a problem? The choice and the control is finally in your hands.